I forgot about that line. Ugh, it's so good. But then at the end, there's that little glimpse of hope. There's this tiny little segment. Hey guys, it's Zadie. Welcome to another episode of Flytte Kartina, where I talk about movies a lot. I haven't done much professionally, but I do know how to analyze things. You could say that I'm very technical. I don't know what a film student actually requires of you. Today I'm going to be reacting and kind of maybe even explaining some of the things that make a good trailer. And this category I chose was Marvel because superhero movies are very popular right now. They're kind of fading out a little bit, but they're still very popular right now. But I'm going to look at some of the best and the worst Marvel trailers that they have put out so far. So this is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the first one.
Drop it now!
Yeah, hey, cool man, no problem. No problem.
Okay. So they catch you unexpected with that kind of thing. And they introduce the comedy through these kinds of lines.
Drax, aka the Destroyer. Gamora, soldier, assassin. Rocket, wanted on over 50 charges of vehicular theft and escape from lockup. Groot, has been traveling recently as Rocket's personal houseplant slash muscle.
So this is an ingenious way of actually introducing your characters to the audience without actually introducing them and their respective cast members. The prison lineup is actually really a fun way of introducing your characters and actually giving story to what is happening in this movie. Oh, that's so cool. So this is the perfect way to introduce your entire cast and also the tone and the story of the movie. You can already tell that these people are criminals because they're in a prison lineup. That's how they're introduced. They're not at all the goody two-shoes heroes, and they're not exactly the hardened criminals that you're used to seeing. And then the music also gives you an idea of what kind of tone is going to be set in the movie. And for this one, it's throwback music and it's very driving. They actually transition really smoothly from that, you know, that pounding that you're used to hearing, but they transition it between the song Hooked on a Feeling to this sort of different kind of mashup of the song's contents.
Got a lot of apologies to make.
Oh my gosh, this is devastating. No, this is, oh my goodness. This is Iron Man 3. You already start out devastated by the tone and the amount of blackouts that they use. And then the underlying score underneath it is very dark and gritty. And then it transitions to this epic swell. It kind of actually almost looks like a disaster film from the way that they're portraying it. You see this hero just being devastated and actually physically being driven to the ground and dragged down. There's no possible way that he can get up. But then at the end, there's that little glimpse of hope. There's this tiny little segment where he is pulling his Iron Man suit through the snow. It's just him all by himself. The only illumination is from the streetlights and from the arc reactor. It's devastating and gritty, and it gives you the tone of the movie perfectly. And these are already established characters because it's the third installment in the trilogy. And now you get this moment where he is beaten.
I'm gonna show you something beautiful.
This is the Age of Ultron trailer. So this is one of the more unliked trailers. I think it's mostly because it promised things that it didn't deliver in the actual movie.
You're all puppets. Tangled in strings.
You can see these angles, they're all tilted, they're all Dutch to show that something is amiss, something is wrong. What I'm seeing here is just a bunch of really random shots from the movie. They all do mean something, but they don't make sense in the actual trailer's run. I think they're just introducing a lot of things like the Hulkbuster. So this trailer isn't that great because it just doesn't, one, it doesn't deliver what it promised, which is this very creepy, dark and gritty movie. I think that's why, at least that's what a lot of people have told me. This entire trailer is very messy. You have too many plots going on. You have your A plot, which is the main plot, which is where you're supposed to defeat Ultron. But then there's your B plots. There could be multiple B plots happening, and that's what's kind of being given to us in this teaser trailer. All of these different pieces of storylines that should make a collective whole, but they don't really, unless you know the characters of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and then the Hulkbuster, and then Black Widow's backstory. It just doesn't make sense.
Too shy or too scared?
Too busy! Is he wearing a parachute?
I forgot about that line. This is a really good movie, actually. Captain America Winter Soldier. Such a good movie. Great character development. See, they even like prelude with the villain in that first opening shot before they do the title cards.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Oh my gosh! Let's watch that again. Sorry.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Ah, it's so good. That is such a good trailer. It's so good because all of the elements coming together and to make a complete story. The thing about trailers is it's a mini story. It's a look into what you're going to get in the whole. It's a glimpse into what you're supposed to be introduced to in the movie theaters and pique your interest, but also give you a realization of what the story is. This is perfect. That last shot with him catching the shield, Bucky catching the shield, it makes so much sense to comic book nerds, but to everybody else, it's a really cool thing to see. Like, who catches Captain America's shield? Nobody. Here's a suggestion to all of you who have not subscribed, which there are a lot of people actually. 84.6% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. So if you like what I do, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. Help me out with the algorithm. Take the power of the algorithm out of the algorithm's hand and into your own.
Good evening, Peter. Whoa. You have 576 possible web shooter combinations.
That is awesome.
Like, this trailer isn't bad. It's just not the best trailer that they have put out. First of all, this trailer is already, we are 1 minute in. It's a little bit too long and it gives us way too much information. So this is a good example of what not to do in a trailer, which is completely ruin the entire plot. If I watched this trailer, then I would know exactly what's going to happen. The only thing I wouldn't know is the in-between of how to get to those big fights. They give away every big major event that happens in the movie. They don't leave anything up to question, which is when you go into the theater to do and actually see when you're watching a trailer. When you watch a trailer, it's meant to intrigue you and it's meant to actually give you questions that need answering that you want to see.
There was an idea.
Okay, the Infinity War trailer is one of the best movie trailers from Marvel. And the little piano at the beginning and the slow bringing in of the Avengers theme, it's just sad. And you get into this movie and you're like, should I even be watching this?
In time, you will know what it's like to lose.
So this trailer, it's this huge major battle and it brings this rising tension up in you, especially with the strings in there and the orchestra. It's so good. I think the one thing that makes this trailer so exciting is one, the team up between people that have never met before, and then two, scenes where we're seeing Spider-Man being thrown to the ground like he's gonna get wrecked. You don't know whether the heroes are gonna come out of this alive, but you know kind of inside of you that the heroes will come out alive because that's what they've always done. And I think those are the two reasons why the trailer works. On top of the fact that we have 10 years of Marvel movies being thrown out at us, so these characters are already established somewhat. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this analysis of what a good trailer looks like versus what a bad trailer looks like. If you want to know more, or if you have any suggestions of what I should react to next, whether it would be, I don't know, the Harry Potter trailers, all of my social media information is down below. If you want to know what I'm doing during quarantine, I'm watching a movie every day and talking about it for a few minutes every day. That's on my Instagram. It's on Instagram TV. The link is also down below there. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great random Thursday. I will see you on the other side of the screen.